Department saying at least one American was killed and one injured in back-to-back attacks. And now a massive manhunt underway after a van plowed into a crowd in a popular tourist spot in Barcelona. And then hours later, a similar attack in a seaside resort town. This is Outnumbered. I'm Sandra Smith, and here today, Harris Faulkner, the host of Kennedy on Fox Business Kennedy. Commentator and Fox News contributor Rachel Campos-Duffy is here.
Yay! You and I have been going back and forth on Twitter for a minute.
So, Texas Takeover.
Yeah, we have so many people down in Texas together.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you.
Appreciate it.
A big day. A massive manhunt is going on for the attacks that killed 14 people and injured more than 100. Police are searching for an unknown number of suspects, including the driver of the van that plowed into a crowd in Barcelona. It's believed whoever did it ran off, leaving the rental behind. Hours later, a car crashed into a crowd in the seaside resort town of Cambrils. 4 people arrested so far, and 5 suspects wearing fake suicide belts in the second attack shot dead. President Trump tweeting his support for Spain, and Vice President Mike Pence saying this during a news conference in Panama.
And the prayers of all of the American people are with the victims, their families, and all the good people of Spain. The United States of America, together with our allies, will find and punish those responsible and drive the evil of radical Islamic terror from the face of the earth.
The promenade in Las Ramblas that is beginning to spring back to life. We're seeing lots of people, tourists and Spaniards here visiting this area. There are makeshift memorials all up and down this promenade. There was a large rally earlier today with a moment of silence. Now, as all of this is going on and people are paying their respects to those who were injured and killed, there's a massive manhunt on what police say was the driver of the vehicle. 18-year-old Musa Okabir is believed to have been the one who drove his white van down the promenade here, striking and hitting people along the way. More than 100 people were injured and at least 13 people were killed. Police say he fled that van after it crashed and he is still wanted. But they are telling us more about the sort of network of cell of people who were involved in these 2 twin attacks, one here in Barcelona, the other one just south in Cambrils. There were at least 5 people who carried out this attack down south. They were all shot and killed, and they have arrested 4 people. So right now there are a total of 10 people believed to be part of this cell. There are reports from yet, but they are at least saying they're looking for this one Musa Okabir. Now, we're also learning more about some of those who were injured and killed, according to...
We have now word and confirmed the death of 1 American citizen in the terrorist attacks in Spain, amongst those who have been killed. We're still confirming the injuries and deaths of others, but obviously we express our deepest sympathies to the loved ones of this individual, and we offer our thoughts and prayers.
Injured, and somebody from China, Pakistan, Venezuela, Hungary. I mean, it is a gigantic list of countries that party is to try to find the driver. But as we've seen throughout the day today, Sandra, the list of people, the cell network continues to get larger, so it's very other names added to that list of people they're trying to find. This was a big, well-organized attack, not only here in Barcelona, but also in that little seaside village. There was a third incident that security officials here say was related. Somebody dead in
Air Force One has touched down. President Trump has arrived to Hagerstown Regional Airport. The president will be departing the airport there in Maryland en route to Camp David a short time from now. 12:05 p.m. Air Force One touchdown. You're looking live at President Trump. Headed this. Radical Islamic terrorism must be stopped by whatever means necessary. The courts must give us back our protective rights. Has to be tough. Lawrence Jones is here with us. Lawrence, what a day.
Yeah,
what do you make of it?
Because a lot of people want to talk about racial profiling, but that's not a criminal profile. Your race, your religion can be in the criminal profile, and we do have to take the handcuffs off of law enforcement so they can start getting these people. We hear so many times, watch list, watch list.
well, then they commit a terror attack. Okay, so or obstructing these warrants that they want to serve. So we got to get that under control. It's the same language that we're hearing overseas right now, where they said that there was intelligence. It seems like they didn't follow up on the intelligence, and that's a problem.
Going on in the world, you know, we're looking at a hotbed in North Korea with a personality there who it's so hard to really get a grasp on where someone like Kim Jong-un is coming from and the security risk he might pose to the United States. You look to Spain, and the first thing you think is, you know, my God, how do we keep these things from happening here? And I think Lawrence is right. We have to be bargaining. You know, we miss the bad guys, whether it's here or abroad, and when we cast too big of an intelligence net, that's always the worry. And we have to take all of these unfortunate examples and refine law enforcement and intelligence gathering so we do go after the right people and don't let them go, which happens
in touch with the people there. And people are scared. I mean, you saw it play out in the stock market yesterday. You saw that nearly 300-point plunge in the Dow. You talk to your neighbors, your friends, people wondering, what can we do here? What more can we do to prevent an attack like that from happening here?
Absolutely. People are scared and worried, and they want the president to protect us, and they voted for him to protect us. And I think he was largely elected because of that. I also come to you with the perspective from Spain. My mom's from Spain. I grew up in Spain I lived there for 5 years. I have a lot of relatives there. Last week, we talked about the travel ban. I think the president was also referring to the infrastructure bill that he wants to include a border wall and secure us from that perspective as well. Last week in Spain, I think it's a week or two ago, a boatload of people from North Africa, Muslims from North Africa, just showed up on a beach. They made their way over to the shores of Spain and just got off the beach, and the police couldn't even capture all of them. It happens to be the region of Spain with the highest number of Muslim immigrants, and partly because so many of the secessionists within that government and that political party want to bring those people in order to have more votes for their political